Hi, and welcome to the first look at your Solis storage inverter. This is the default display screen showing a flowchart of operation. If your screen's blank, just press a button to wake the backlight up. Starter, at the top you've got a power indicator. The power indicator is red when it's correctly working. You've got a green operation indicator, which is the correct state, and you've got an alarm indicator, which is showing no alarms, thankfully. If there is an alarm, at the top in the title bar here, you see current status normal, and that will show CAN-COM fault or similar if there is an appropriate error. On your main overview screen here, you've got the inverter itself, of course. You've got your battery stack. Mine's currently at 58%. It's sending 0.8 kilowatts, as in 800 watts, to the house, and CAN OK above means the communication between the battery and the inverter is all fine. It's a rubbish day here in Leeds, so my solar panels are currently producing 360 watts, and the total of 800 watts-ish and 300 watts-ish is powering my house, consuming just under 1000 watts. There's a tiny bit of input and output from the grid. That's perfectly normal. You'll see a few tens of watts there, up and down, as the inverter manages the load. Your grid, of course, is a much higher capacity than your inverter, so the grid will handle little short spikes as an appliance turns on or turns off, and then a second or two later the inverter will catch up and you'll find a figure of 0 again. You've got the time of the day in the top right corner. If you press the bottom right button, that's the enter button, that will take you to the first level of information menus. Let's start by going down to settings. The highlighted item is actually the pale one, so currently information is highlighted, so we need to go down to settings and then press the enter key. If we look at our settings, we've got time and day at the top. If you have an older model storage inverter, the time and day isn't set automatically by the internet, so you would need to set that manually yourself. You can do that by pressing the enter button, and then you can up and down on the relevant values. Enter moves between the fields. And then when you finish setting your time and date, you would press the escape key and you would save that. Having an accurate time of day is particularly important to make sure that your indicators on the graphs are in the right place and the timeline at the bottom is correct, but also if you're charging your batteries overnight from the grid, you are setting a time window to start at, say, midnight until 4 AM, and if your time's wrong, you may be consuming energy in the peak rate either side of your charging time. Set address is not really relevant at this stage, we'll come back to that in a later video. You've got set language at the bottom, that's fairly obvious, and you can have English or Chinese. Note if you accidentally change it, English is the top setting and you can get into the menu and then go back and get yourself back to English. Again, escape takes you back to the main menu. If we then go and have a look at the information screen at the top, up to the information screen, press enter. Here's the summary overview, but in more detail than the flowchart. So you've got your solar power at the top, currently a whole 255 watts in my case. You've got the voltage coming out of your solar strings. At the moment we've got 415 volts or thereabouts on the first string. I've got 14 panels on the first string and 330 volts on the second string, and I've got 12 panels on that. And if you want to see the actual current per string, you can see it over here. 0.3 of an amp and 0.4 of an amp. Woo, great day. Grid voltage is over at this side. My incoming mains voltage is currently 245 and a little bit, and my batteries are at 49.3 volts currently. If you go down with the down key to the next screen, you can see total energy summary for since the inverter was installed basically at the top. Then you've got this year, last year, etc, and monthly infos too. Interestingly, over at the right hand side you've got device status, battery, backup and grid. They're all normal, that's good. Down to the third screen showing battery information. So this is the information from the batteries themselves. So I've got Pylon-Tech batteries, you can see there, Pylon-Tech low voltage. Current battery voltage 49 volts. Current the current from the batteries currently around 18 amps. These two values here are important. The charge limit and the discharge limit are the figures the battery are providing back to the inverter. They're the absolute max on a continual basis that you can send to or from the batteries. Most battery packs will support a short, much higher rate, sometimes 50 or 100% more than these figures, but that's usually only for a few seconds. State of charge value here is the amount of charge in the batteries, currently 58%. State of health value here is 99%. That declines over the age of the batteries. My batteries are mixed ages from about 18 months old to about 6 months old, so my state of health value of 99% is absolutely great, years left. BMS status here, that's the communication with the batteries, is saying that's all good, working perfectly well. And your final information screen, and that's your final information screen. You can now escape out of the information screen and go back to your flowchart and watch my wonderful 200 watts of solar doing next to nothing. Hope that was helpful. See you soon.